All right, let's get into the mailbag.
And it's called a trend.
Mailbag.
Thanks for that. All right, if you have a question for the show, you can go to the website, thefantasyfootballers.com. Click on the Submit a Question button. You can also leave us a voicemail question at 302-464-TFFB. All right, Warren in L.A., which I'm going to take as the city and not Louisiana, but I don't know. Maybe you're in Louisiana.
Maybe it's both.
Thanks for all the help. Thanks for all the help, guys. Thanks to the fantasy footballers that made it to the fantasy playoffs.
Nice.
But who do I start going forward? I didn't see the end of this, so I just
wow.
thought he just asked in general. Char West or Spencer Ware?
Wow. Well, Andy and I have
Well, let's
our
look
water
at
bet.
next week. Let's look at next week. Next week, they're playing the Chargers at home. To me, I have no idea. Sorry.
Well, we've got our water bet, so I've got to say West. You've got to say Ware, and that means, Mike, you get to break it.
If you
Are you going West?
I'm still sticking with, if you are in a PPR, you go with West because of the catch potential. And if you're in a standard, you go with Ware because of the touchdown potential.
Yeah, I agree with that. Dan in Philadelphia. And by the way, that's our bet was in standard. So, I mean, I agree with Char West and PPR. Dan in Philadelphia. Hey, guys, in what order would you rank Jonathan Stewart, Shady McCoy, and Darren McFadden rest of the season? We've seen an interesting amount of touchdowns from Mr. Jonathan Stewart over the last half of the season, but I still think I lean Mr. Shady McCoy.
Yeah, I go McCoy, Stewart, McFadden.
What about straight standard league?
This is a standard.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
You still go LeSean McCoy over Jonathan Stewart?
Yeah, he's still going to get yards through. If he catches the passes, he might not be getting points for the reception, but he's still, he could put up 45 on through the air. So I would still go McCoy, then Stewart, then McFadden.
As would I.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm with you. Yeah. Okay. He does play. Stewart does play Atlanta a couple times.
As in good or bad?
I think they're going to blow him out. So.
Oh, okay.
All right, but I'm with you. Let's go ahead and talk about this question here from Marcus in Cherry Hill. Week 14 next week. Should I start Blake Bortles? Oh, we're getting an early start here. Blake Bortles against the Colts. Andy Dalton against the Steelers.
As of now, for me, it would be Blake Bortles.
Yeah, when we saw Andy Dalton in the Bengals-Steelers game last time, we were expecting this high-scoring affair.
Division game. Andy Dalton in a division game.
Yeah, it was very low scoring, so I think I would lean Blake Bortles as well. I see both as decent options for Week 14.
Yeah, when they played last time, Mr. Dalton was in Pittsburgh but had 231 yards and 1 touchdown. This one will be in Cincinnati.
Yeah, that helps. That helps for sure.
That's a tough one. If Bortles wasn't coming off a 5-touchdown game.
Well, it's 5 touchdowns plus what the Colts are right now, and we just saw the Steeler offense dismantle the Colts.
Yeah.
And Allen Robinson is magma levels of hot right now.
We will I'm going to hold judgment on that call until the rankings go up because I'm not sure who's going to really end up on top until I look into that a little deeper. Because I don't want to doubt Dalton in these matchups too much. I mean, he put up a monster game against Seattle earlier in the year. So, yeah, I'm talking about it too much now. So
yeah, well, one point that you bring up is, so this is a very early question because the truth is we haven't done our research. Tuesday and Wednesday we look into the matchups deep of the upcoming week, stat our guys out, and do a lot. So it's always difficult for us to answer these questions and feel good about it.
Yeah, they're off the cuff.
On a Tuesday. You ask us on a Thursday after we've done the work and have confidence in what we're saying here. We feel better about our answers.
Yeah, it's about Thursday when I decide sitting Russell Wilson's really smart. That's about whenever every week around Thursday I'm thinking, yeah, Russell Wilson.
I think for the Foot Clan, he needs to be just a weekly ceremonial sit of the week.
Permanent sit of the week?
Yeah.
Officially?
Yeah, so you can play him.
Yeah, an honorary sit of the week.
Honorary. I like that. All right. Hey, we're out of time. Thanks for listening today. We'll be back with the waiver wire tomorrow. Hopefully you are in the playoffs and winning some fantasy footballer titles. Let us know how you're doing.
And thanks to Martavis Bryant for winning me money.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Don't forget to visit us on the web at www.thefantasyfootballers.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.